Well, I have to say, it was news to me when I read that Benny is actually Benjamin Coffin III, according to siteforrent.com. Matthew Henry plays the role of Benny. Well, he's the baddie of the piece, really, isn't he?
Yes, he used to be friends with the other guys, and then he meets a really rich girl and ends up marrying her, and then he turns into the baddie who wants to buy the property in which his friends now live in. So he is the...
Well, he's their landlord, isn't he?
Yes,
I think,
in that
respect.
Yeah, so him and his father-in-law wants to take over the apartments and turn them into Benny's dream of the cyber studio.
He's an interesting character in that he sort of features in at the start, and then we don't hear a lot from him. And,
he kind of
comes in and out.
Yeah, he comes in and out. You know,
it means it's easy.
Yes.
You can sit in the dressing room and have a cup of tea.
I don't have to learn all those low B, ones everyone's learning all these words, and I'm like, oh, I'm not in this? Okay, fine. I'll just be outside if you need me, so it's very good.
But he's kind of pivotal, isn't he? Because you need a baddie in amongst the goodies.
Yes, you do need a baddie, but what happens is he does turn it round.
He does
turn it round.
Becomes like a fairy godmother, which maybe not quite the term to use in Rent, but yes.
I tell you what I do like about Benny. Yes, he is the bad guy, but you can tell that he still cares.
Yes.
After the death of Angel as well, I think that did affect him in a big way. Just seeing, Collins, who he had roomed with, his pain, and the fact that he helps Mimi out, who he's been having this kind of sordid relationship with, even though he's married to Alison. That tells me that even though he's the bad guy, he's very helpful at the same time.
And I think that highlights just how good the writing is, that they didn't take the easy way out and make Benny the stereotypical villain all the way through.
When we boo and hiss, he does end up helping people out.
And that must make it more rewarding as an actor, bringing him to life, because you can find
that
the
journey,
little nuances, can't you?
Journey. I wish he was in it a bit more.
Well, it's no good being a performer being sat in your dressing room, is it?
No, I wish he was in it a bit more. I wish he had a bit more, singing, because I used to listen to Rent when I was young.
Younger.
And I always wanted to play Collins. When I got this, I was like, yeah, I know Rent. And then I'm like sitting there in rehearsals and we're all singing along and I'm like, I do not know anything about Benny at all. And I had to go away and kind of, relearn Rent. And this is why it's a really good experience for me because, I know all Collins bits. So everyone's singing along and then Collins comes in. I'm like, oh, I know this. Oh, no, I knew.
So are you sharing that wisdom with Leon Lopez?
No, I haven't told Leon about this.
I can mention it to him.
No. I think it's really good for me because I'm now relearning Rent again and really getting involved in it as well and connecting with it a lot more than I did when I was...
So what was it for you then? What was the attraction to Rent that made you want to covet the role of Collins, for want of a better term? Had you seen it?
No, I hadn't seen it. I tell you, it's a really long story. I was at university and I'd just moved to London, the bright lights and everything else. And one of the guys at my university in Surrey said to me, oh, they're auditioning for Rent. I was 18 at the time and I was like, oh, what is this Rent? So I go along and you have to go and sing. I walk into my first open audition and I'm singing along and the casting director at the time was Debbie O'Brien. And she handed me the sheet music for Santa Fe and I'll Cover You.
Which is a lovely song.
Which is an amazing song, yeah. And I kind of then began to, that was my journey of Rent and learning Rent and going to all these auditions and so forth. And unfortunately, the show finished in November, October, before I was cast into the show or even got that far. And that's when I first began to fall in love with Rent, listening to the CD all the time, singing everyone's parts, apart from Benny. It was a wonderful thing when Rebecca Wicking asked me if I would be interested in being involved in this and playing Benny.
Yes.
And I was like...
You went, no, I want Collins.
No, I want Collins. And they were like, Leon Lopez is doing it. I was like, oh, okay. No, I wasn't. I was like, yeah, fantastic, whatever. Anything to be in it. I'd be in the chorus if I had to be. Just to be a part of a really close-knit family. A piece which is going to be absolutely amazing. You should come and see it.
I will be there. I promise. I will certainly be there. I have my ticket in my bag with me.
Fantastic.
I'll even show you before I leave, just to prove I'm not lying. How will you feel on that night that you do it?
I think...
Probably sums it up, doesn't it?
Just wet me pants.
Thank you.
I get really excited. I never get nervous. I kind of get overly excited when I'm on stage, and sometimes I talk really fast, sometimes I miss cues, so I need to rein it in. rein it in.
Well, yes, because Benny is quite laid back in ways, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's finding that kind of, not making him tits and teeth in showbiz, but kind of really grounding Benny and remembering when to come in, because he comes in at the most weirdest places. No, it is. We're singing through in rehearsals, and I'm like, oh, was that meant to be me? Oh, no, let's go back. Because he just interjects every now and then. You know, he'll have a paragraph or a line here, or he's on the cell phone again talking. So it's really that level of concentration, you know.
It's the power, you see. He's the baddie, so he does his bit when he wants to.
When he wants
not
to.
Not when you're expecting it.
So, I must be, like, really important.
You must, very important. As far as I'm concerned,
I am the pivotal...
You're my most important interviewee for the day.
Thank you.
Well, good luck for the 10th. Matthew, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.